non-believers.
How did that?
Call them non-believers. Especially you, Tom Jackson. Way to have our back, Keyshawn. Anybody can be beat.
All right, guys. Welcome back to Jets Fuel. Just finished watching the Jets and Dolphins game. And it looks like there's a traveling circus in town. And it just visited Miami. The Jets are in town. The traveling fucking circus. Jets lose 27-21. And, you know, for anybody that is preaching this crap that it's not the same old Jets, you're fucking wrong. Point blank, period. This is the same old Jets because it's repeat fucking behavior every week. This is going to be a recap. I'll touch on a couple things. You know, I took some notes on my phone while I was watching the game. But guess what? I'll sum this fucking up real quick for you. Dumb penalties, turnovers, and fucking missed tackles. This has been the story of this season, and this has been the story of the Jets for fucking ever.
Gosh, you're all making me so mad! What are you laughing at, Sarah? What are you laughing at? I have tried to be your friend, but you will not listen to me! So you invited this monster to make me kill somebody!
Thank you.
So I don't want to hear nobody say, same old, this is not the same old Jets. This is the same old Jets. This looks like the same old Jets. It smells like the same old Jets. It looks like the same old Jets. Somebody fucking show me otherwise. You know, the score indicates that it was a closer game than it actually was. But guess what? I didn't see it that way. You know when the sad part of this whole situation is? That I could sit here and honestly say that the Jets are a better football team than the Dolphins. I could say that wholeheartedly. The Jets are a better football team, but guess what? These dumb things. This repeat behavior of making the same mistakes every fucking game is just getting old, man. And that's why I say, you know what? To hell with anybody who says this is not the same old Jets. This is the same old Jets. So let's just jump into, you know, the game and you know, some of these drives key drives. The first drive, we actually the first two drives we look really good. If you watch my previous video, my preview and my keys to the game, I was preaching all week, run the fucking football down their throats. And guess what? It worked. It was working. But like any bad team in this league, whenever they can put something together, they can't finish it. They can't produce it in the red zone. This is indicative of a bad football team, and it shows every week with us. So look. Where does it start at? Oh my goodness. Dolphins come out and convert 2-3 third downs, and they end up kicking a field goal. This is just ridiculous. Jets first drive, we go down, we march the ball down the field. Braylon Allen and Breece Hall are looking like they're just going to steamroll the Miami defense, just run right through them, as they should. But guess what happens? We get a delay of game. And that's on you, Justin Fields. We get a delay of game, and then guess what? What is it followed up with? Because everybody knows something bad's coming. Once they have a momentum shift, we already know what happens with the Jets. Something major happens. And guess what happens? Braylon Allen is about to cross the goal line and score a touchdown. He gets the ball punched out. And of course, the ball bounces to the Dolphins. So it's just like typical Jets, fucking misery. So that took up the first half, the first quarter. Then we go into the second quarter. Miami starts has the ball and it starts on like the 4-yard line, and they just march right down the field on us. It's just Hill and Waddle just ate our secondary up. Our secondary continues to be a massive problem. We gave up 27 points today. Our defense just continues to be the weak link. This defense continues to be the weak link. And I don't know when Aaron Glenn is going to take over this defense. Something needs to change. And then, then you have Waller. This game, all of a sudden, Waller comes out of retirement and says, you know what, I'm going to have a fucking breakout game against the Jets. Thanks. Appreciate it. So they go down and they score a touchdown. Easy. Jets' second drive, we continue to, we're still running the ball down their throats. We're moving the ball down the field. One thing I would point out is that Hall broke off a run in that second drive, and it looked like he kind of gave up and the player got lazy. He could have tried to cut back inside or fight for some more yards, but he gave up. Anyway, this is how the drive ends while we're driving. We ended up committing 3 penalties within like a minute and 30 seconds. It was, and then on top of that, we go for it on fourth down. I don't know why. It was only 10-0 at that point. Why are we going for it when we're at that point? Like, anyway, so Fields gets sacked. More garbage. Oh man. Dolphins get the ball back, and I don't even give a fuck about these drives, man. It's just it didn't fucking nothing materialized. Because guess what? It always stopped our momentum. What always stopped our momentum, first of all, is this fucking shit defense. And second is the continued things that plagued us. The circus is in town. And guess what we're bringing? We're bringing fucking missed tackles. We're bringing penalties. We're bringing turnovers. Everybody enjoy. Fucking. This just happened all game. It was a continually self-inflicted wounds, like, I don't know what you want to call it. This went on all game. And I like I said before, I could sit here and say honestly that the Jets are the better football team. That we should have won that game. We had no business losing that game. But when you have 3 turnovers and you have 13 penalties for over 100 yards, and then the timing of those penalties were just the worst possible times. It's the same thing with these turnovers. It's just getting out of control. I don't want to be the one to say this, and this is not me calling for Aaron Glenn's job, but guess what? A lot of this falls on his lap. Like, these penalties, like, this is something that you promised to us, Jet fans, that you were going to fix, and it's not getting fixed. John Simpson makes another unnecessary roughness call. It's just all over the place. Alan Lazard made an appearance today with a fucking penalty and like 1 catch. Let's touch on some of these stats real quick. Like I said the Jets are the better football team, and the stats indicate that. Total yards, Jets had over 400 yards of offense. Not bad, right? 270 yards passing for the Jets. Rushing yards, we had 197 rushing yards. 7.1 yards per play we had. Dolphins, total 300 yards. Passing, 177. Rushing, 123. Yards per play, good, 5.4. So then you look at the stat columns and like, well, this is clearly the better team. The Jets are clearly the better team, but what happens every week? We can be the better team. We can win these games, but we just say, you know what, just take one of the dome. 13 penalties, 101 yards. As opposed to Dolphins, 6 penalties for 40 yards right there. And then the big one, 3 fumbles lost. I think we're at like 6 lost fumbles for the year, if I remember correctly. 6 or 7 lost fumbles for the year. We lead the NFL in lost fumbles. We still have yet to create a turnover on defense. Our secondary is absolute dog shit. All of them look terrible out there today. I don't want to hear nobody defending none of them. They all look terrible. Including Sauce Gardner look terrible. We couldn't generate a pass rush because guess what? There was a competent play caller on Miami's sideline. Let's get the ball out quick to our playmakers. And what did I say in my preview video? You got to keep these explosive plays under wraps, and you got to keep Hill, Waddle, and Achane in check. And what did they do? Those three killed us, and Waller. So you know what? 3 lost fumbles and 13 penalties. You'll lose every single game in this league. I don't care how good you are. And just a reality check for us Jet fans. Guess what? This is against the Miami Dolphins. They're one of the worst defenses. I think they're ranked number 22 in the league defense, or I don't even know what they rank. They're piss poor on defense. One of our touchdowns comes off of a miraculous fucking run by Justin Fields. He runs 43 yards when it looked like it was a 4th down attempt. He rolls out to the right to throw a pass. He was about to get sacked, and I don't know how this guy does it, but he's our best running back. Justin Fields is our best running back. I will point out this. I will say this. A positive on this game is we got an absolute dog in Garrett Wilson, man. He is something special, man, and it's a fucking shame. I said this before, and I'll say it again. Our young talent on this team is getting fucking wasted, and it's a damn shame. Another good positive to this game, Mason Taylor. He had a hell of a game from what it looked like to me. You know, I know 5 catches, 65 yards. Garrett Wilson, 6 catches, 82 yards, and a touchdown. Which that first touchdown call that they pulled back, they called a push-off on Garrett Wilson. That was bullshit. That was a bad call. There was a bunch of bad calls out there by the refs today. Tittman, they called us a holding penalty on that play also, but Tittman got his fucking face mask just fucking ripped off his head. That was the second time they did that. They did it to Membu, you know, a quarter before that. But and then there was also other plays where our guys, I think it was Breece Hall, or it might have been Garrett Wilson. I don't know who it was. These guys coming in with a late hit. It's like, what the fuck are these refs doing? Where's the accountability for the refs? Or is it just all fuck Jets? Everybody across the board, it's just a fucking known thing. Let's all fuck the Jets across the board. Because we're not just fighting ourselves right now. We got to fight the refs. Anyway, yeah. Quickly touch on some of the Dolphin stats, player stats. You know, these numbers aren't, you know, Tua, 17 of 25, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. The game wasn't close, so you know I don't care what the score said. We were out of this game, and I would even argue after that fucking drive, that first drive where I turned to my wife and I said, "We're fucking already done." The drive where we had the delay of game, and then it turned the second play after that. Braylon Allen busted, almost got a fucking touchdown, but he gets the ball punched out the last second before he crosses the line. Right then and there, I knew we're fucked for this game. We're done. And guess what? It happened. Like I said, Tua, 17 of 25, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns. The dude was on point there. He had a lot of blown passes. I don't know what. At the end of the game, he started like losing it. I don't know what the hell happened to him. Achane, 20 carries for 99 yards, average 5 yards a carry and a touchdown. And a lot of that was they were going right after fucking Will McDonald. I've said this before. Will McDonald is a fucking liability in the run defense. Amazing athlete, terrific pass rusher, but guess what? He's a major liability when it comes.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Listen, just editing this video, and I noticed that at some point my camera died, so apologize. And yeah, I just wanted to jump on here. You know, I didn't have many thoughts, you know, left in regards to the Jets' loss. So I'll just say this, you know, as always, go Jets.